In this video I'm going to show you a little tip which I've adopted for many years. This is an extension to an existing house. This is the existing house here and these are extensions. It's undertaken considerable modifications, as you'll see from the ground floor plan. The grey shading is the existing dwelling and the hatched is the new extensions. Now I'll touch on renovation filters in another video. They're very powerful, but equally quite complex and quite time consuming to implement. So for the purposes of this video, I want to show how I take the existing structure from the existing plan and drop it into this plan. So this is the existing property. I'll just quickly show you in 3D. It's very simple and unassuming. So what I want to do to start with is take the floor plans of this house, so the ground floor. I want to copy it into my other project, so I'm going to just window a whole lot of that, edit, copy, and switch across to my proposed plan. And here I want to create a new worksheet. So I'll right click on worksheets and select new independent worksheet. I'm going to call this SD for structure demolished, and I'm going to call this existing overlay plans. Create, which gives me a blank worksheet. If I now edit and paste that floor plan to the centre of the current view, and that's lifted straight out of the other job. This is inserted now as 2D objects because it's in a worksheet and not in the main 3D working space. I'm going to do a quick preparation on this by marking the whole lot. I can then go to fill, press Ctrl A to select all the fills and delete them. Press escape. Because this is the only entities in this workspace, I don't actually have to draw a marquee. So to select all the text, I'm just going to select the text tool, Command or Control A, select all the text, delete. What I'm trying to do is strip this down to really basic form so that I can overlay it without it intruding on my main floor plan. I'll go back to my arrow. I'm not actually bothered about this canopy carport overlay, so I'm deleting that full stop. And then the rest of it, I just need to delete this line here, which is from the slab, which is irrelevant in this view. And then I'm going to pick all of that and I'm going to press Ctrl-Shift-T, which allows me to change everything in terms of colour, that is. I'm going to set this onto this pale pink colour here. So everything goes to that colour. Objects don't change because they've got their own entities, but I'm not bothered about sanitary ware for this anyway. So I'll delete those. There's another slab line there. These are things you'll get used to in time. So last thing I want to do now is select all that again. I'll change the line type to a hidden line, like so. Finally, because I want this to all act as one, to window it again, I'm going to press Ctrl G. So that now if I suppress the groups and click on that, it selects everything at once. So I can now select all of that. I can edit, copy, go to my ground floor plan, edit, paste into the centre of the current view for the time being, and it drops in like so. Because I've got groups suppressed at the moment and that is grouped, I can click that whole entity, I can grab this corner, drag it onto the corner to which it relates, and there you can see the existing walls as an overlay. So it's very clear now that this new wall here is built there, whereas at present it's there. The staircase, for example, is widened. And it's just a very quick, clear way of showing how the proposals differ to the existing. It also allows you to do little symbols like this bit of hatching here to show that that window there is actually moved across, so we put a bit of a symbol in like that, which defaults to the background. But if I window that, you'll see there's a fill there. Right click, display order, bring to front, and that just shows that that masonry there is trimmed back. I can also copy that across, Control D and Control again to make a duplicate. Bring that across to there, grab the side of that fill, drag it through to there, and that shows that that bit of masonry there is infilled. So if I now go back to my main layout sheet, the layout is set to update automatically on this project, as they should be. So give that a second. And there we go, the structure demolished is now within that plan. So I'll just repeat that for the first floor just to ensure that you've grasped it. So I'll start by going to the original file, which I've got open separately. And I've navigated to the first floor view. Draw a window around the floor plan, edit, copy. I switch back to the proposed plan which I'm working in, and I go back to the worksheet which I created, SD, existing overlay plans. In there's the existing ground floor. Edit, paste, centre of current view, and my first floor plan will drop in. Draw a marquee around that and select fill. Control A for control all, select all, delete. There's an issue. Control Z, back up, back up. Now, that happened because I've still got groups suppressed. If I unsuppress groups, I can now click these entities individually. So before, when I selected Control A for the fills, it was effectively selecting everything that was grouped with it, so everything went. So if I do the same again, marquee, fill, Control A, delete, all of the fills in there disappear. I'm not interested in the roof below, so I'm deleting it manually. Select, then press backspace or delete. Marquee that again and select text, Control A, delete, text disappears. If I select all of that again and press Control Shift T, change the colour, and whilst it's selected, I'm going to change the line type to hidden. And again, everything's changed apart from the objects, in this case sanitary ware, which I'm going to delete manually. I've got a little straight line there which I want to delete, and I just want to trim. If I press Control on its own, I get the scissors. Just trim up little bits like that. And I think I'm happy with that. The overall sideline there, which again is meaningless, we'll delete that too. So if I grab that and press Control G, I've now brought that back as a group. So if I suppress groups again, that now identifies as one. Control C or edit copy. Go back to my first floor plan, zoom out, edit, paste, center of the current view, there it is, and then just drag that by clicking it, grabbing a point and putting it over a known reference point, which in this case is there. And then again, you can see the elements that are being demolished. Just for a bit of additional clarity, I'm going to click that group, right click, and with the display order, send it to the back so that it becomes underneath all of my new work. Back to the drawing, back to the title sheet, and there we are, both updated.